So in the last lecture, we have dealt with the concept of the B tree, why this particular B tree is important, and what is the specialty of the B tree, and how this B tree will achieve the faster access with the help of the index that it creates. And because of the advantage of the B tree indexing, how it is popular in the databases, especially for retrieving of the records from the databases. Whenever the key is given, then with the help of the key, the corresponding record will be picked and will be shown in very less time compared to the normal file system. Also, we have seen the efficiency of the B tree depends upon the depth of the B tree and and also height of the B tree. Whenever the height and depth is properly managed, how the B tree is going to access the record or a resource that is attached to the key which is mentioned in the index in a faster way. These are the concepts that we have seen, especially the motivation concept behind why we need to study the B tree has been discussed in the last lecture. In this lecture, we are going to see the concept of how to perform the inserting of element or how to construct a B tree by inserting the elements into it. After insertion, how to perform the searching, and at the same time, we'll also see the concept of the deletion of a node or deletion of an element from the B tree. So here deletion of a element is in the sense once the deletion has been done, obviously there will be uh, imbalance in the node level or at the any one of the level. Then how this particular imbalancing will be adjusted. These concepts we are going to see in this lecture. The programming of B tree consisting of many splitting and merging operations. I will post another video on how to construct a program for the B tree in C using C. You may completely view that video and you can come to know the programming. However, in this lecture, I am going to deal with the theoretical concept. That the theoretical concept means the description of the inserting the element into the B tree, searching for an element in the B tree, and deletion of an element from B tree. So I'm going to give the description of these three things. And before beginning the description of these insertion, searching, and deletion operation, let will recall the definition of B tree and how the splitting will be done and how the merging will be done. These three concepts one must aware of before proceeding to the programming. Before moving on, I recommend you to download the material given in the link and go through the material side by side when I am giving this lecture. At the same time, take a pen and paper and practice the construction of the B tree as I am explaining in this lecture. We'll move on to the first definition of the B tree. The B tree of order M is an M-way tree with the following property. Here M, order is the M means whenever M is found, then we have to say that it is an M-way tree. If it is 2 means it is a two-way tree which is like a binary tree. Every page or node has a maximum of M descendants. That means every node can have a maximum of M descendants. If the order is 3, then every node can have 3 descendants. Every page or node except for the root and the leaves has at least M by 2 descendants. For example, if the order is 3 by 2, which is upper bound, 2 descendants should be there. At least 2 descendants must be there in case of order 3 for every page except for the root and the leaves can have at least M by 2 descendants. The root has at least 2 descendants. That means in the least case or in the worst case, a root can have has at least minimum of 2 descendants must be there unless until it is a leaf. That means leaf in the sense it don't have further branches. All the leaves appear at the same level. So all the leaves must be appear at the same level. It is possible when you maintain the proper sufficient number of elements. A leaf level forms a complete ordered index of the associated data. The data items are stored at the leaves. So these are the properties, or these are the definition of the, this is the definition of the B tree. Now we'll move on to the insertion of the elements into the B tree. For that, we need to remember these three concepts. Every node in B tree consists of the specified number of elements. The value, suppose n, that is the number of elements are n. Every node at most consists of n key elements. That means if the order is 3, then every node can have at most 3 key elements. If one more key is inserted, then the limit of the holding of the elements in a node exceeds. In such cases, what we are supposed to do? If one more key is inserted into the node which has already n keys, can be splitted into two parts. So that means that particular node, since the number of elements to hold in a node is exceeded, that is the reason you are supposed to perform the split operation. That split operation will be like this. If the order of the tree is odd, that means the split operation depends upon the nature of the order. That is, if the order is even number, then how the splitting will be done. If the order is odd number, then how the splitting will be done. If the order of the tree is odd, then left split consisting of n by 2 keys and the right split consisting of n by 2 keys. So that means whenever the splitting of the node was done, obviously left side splitting will be there and right side splitting will be done. The left split consisting of n by 2 keys and the right split consisting of n by 2 keys. That means once a node consists order of 3 B tree, in an every node can have at most 3 keys, but if the fourth key is inserted, what will happen? The node will be divided into two parts. The left split consisting of n by 2, that is 3 by 2, here upper bound is 2, that is the left split consisting of 2 keys and the right split consisting of 2 keys, like that. If order of B tree is even, then left split consisting of n by 2 keys and the right split consisting of n by 2 plus 1 key. So this is the way you are supposed to perform this split. Next, the parent node consists of n minus 1 address of the children or minimum of 1 address of the children. Always, to have the link between the parent and child, there should be at least of 1 address of the child must be stored at the root level. For every parent, 1 child address must be placed. And how this particular address must be stored? Every parent consists of the address of the first element in the right split. So left split address may not be required. However, the right split address, the node, the element in the first right split, the first element in the right split address must be stored in the parent level. So these are the conditions you must be aware of before moving on to the insertion of an element into the B tree or construction of the B tree. All these points are completely based upon the order of the tree. That's what you are using. Based on the order, the corresponding points you are supposed to remember, and you must materialize those points for the insertion or construction of the B tree. Now we'll move on to the inserting the element into the B tree. Now inserting the element into the B tree of order 3. Here each node consists of at most 3 children and every parent consists of 2 addresses. Using the above rule, we insert the key values into the B tree. These are the key elements. These are the keys that we must insert into the B tree. Remember, the insertion operation into the B tree will look similarly like a binary search tree. In binary search tree, what we'll do is the first element, whatever the thing we are getting, we'll consider it as root, and whatever the next element will get, that next element will be compared with the root. If the inserting element is less than root, then we'll traverse at the left side, and if the inserting element is greater than root, then we'll traverse at the right side. The same logic will also be used in the B tree. However, we are supposed to consider the above points that we have discussed. That means every node in the tree can have at most n keys. So that means we need to fill that node according to the conditions that we have discussed previously. If still there are incoming elements, then we need to perform either the splitting or merging operations. That what we have discussed previously. And one more thing is, when we are inserting the element into the B tree, as we are inserting the element, the elements must be inserted in the sorted order. These are the two things you must remember before proceeding for the construction of the B tree. Now we'll see step by step how to insert these elements into the B tree. The first element that we are supposed to create is 10. Initially, the tree is empty. That means the B tree node star root is equal to null. Initially, the tree is empty. Insert 10, 8, 20 into the tree because we have not considered one element at a time. We have taken 3 elements at a time. The reason is the B tree is of order 3. Insert 10, 8, 20 one by one and see that internally they should be ordered. So here internally they should be ordered is in the sense they should be in the sorted order. The first element to be inserted is 10. 10 is the element inserted. When you are inserting the element 8, obviously 8 is less than 10. So there should be a slot for 8. So a slot is created for 8 before 10. Next element to be inserted is 20. Since 20 is greater than 10, another new slot will be created in the in after 10. That is, it becomes like 8, 10, and 20. So this is the way the first node is going to be created. Next, now insert the key. Next element key is 40. Insert the key 40. This insertion splits the node into 2 parts. Why? Already this node consisting of 3 elements, the order of the tree is 3. A B tree of order 3 can have at most 3 keys in every node. Here 8, 10, 20, that means 3 keys are available in this node. When we are inserting 40, 40 is greater than 8 and 10 and also greater than 20, it must be inserted after 20. But when you are trying to insert, the condition of the B tree node creation was violated. In such cases, you are supposed to perform the split operation. Whenever you perform the split operation, you need to recall the condition that if the order of the tree is odd, the left split consisting of n by 2 elements and right split consisting of n by 2 elements. If the order of the tree is even, then the left split consisting of n by 2 elements and the right split consisting of n by 2 plus 1 elements. But here our B tree construction is of order 3, which is a odd number. Whenever it is odd number, we must split equally. That is left split and right split consisting of equal number of elements. Now insert the key 40. This insertion splits the node into 2 parts, that is 8, 10 and 20, 40. So 8, 10 and 20, 40. So whenever it is splitted, there should be some root. So according to the condition, Fourth condition, every parent consists of the address of the first element in the right split. So whenever I have made 20 as the root, the first element in the right split, the address of the first element in the right split should be there in the parent. So this is the way the splitting will be done, and a new parent was allotted. Now, if you look at the elements that are less than 20 are placed at the left side. The elements that are greater than 20 are placed at the right side. This is the split operation and parent evolving operation in the B tree. Next is next element to be inserted is after 40 is 15. 15, 25, 13. These are the elements to be inserted. Inside the 15, it is less than the parent value 20. So you are supposed to traverse to the left side. So insert the left parent, then insert 25. It is greater than 20, so you are supposed to insert at the right side. So whenever you are inserting 15, 15 should be compared with 8. 8 is less than 15. Also 10 is also less than 15. So 15 should be placed after 10. So that means at the time of insertion itself, the elements should be placed in the sorted order. Next element here to be inserted is 25. Previously 20 and 40 are there. Here previously 20 and 40 are there. So 25 must be inserted in middle. So the insertion of the 25 was done in middle, 20, 25 and 40. Now insert the element 13, which is less than the parent value 20. So you are supposed to traverse to the left hand side. Now 13 to be inserted between 10 and 15. Whenever you are trying to insert the element 13, then 8, 10, 13, 15. So this particular insertion is violating the property that a node can have at most n keys if the order is n. But it is exceeding that particular, or it is violating that particular property or condition, then in such a cases we are supposed to perform the split operation. Whenever you perform the split operation, 8, 10, the newly inserted node is 13, 13, 15. And since 8, 10 and 13, 15 are splitted, it must be attached to a parent. What is the parent? The right split first element will become the parent. So 13, 8, 10, 13, 15. According to the condition 4, the address of the first element of the right split must be there in the parent. So 13 is there. Whenever we have this particular arrangement, but 13 and 20 are in a single in nature, they can be combined into a one node, because a node other than the root cannot be having a single element. A single element cannot be there unless until it is a leaf. So that is the reason we must merge these two things. Whenever we merge it, the elements, the 13 and 20 has to be merged into the parent level or at the root level. Whenever it is merged like this, the elements that are less than 13 are at the left side of 13. The elements that are between 13 and 20 are in the middle of the 13, 20, and the elements that are greater than 20 are at the right side of 20. And one more thing is, in this particular merging, you just to understand here, the first element of the right split, the address of the first element of the right split is available in the parent level. So 8, 10 is okay, fine here. Whenever we perform this split, whenever we perform this merge, 13, 15, in this the first element is 13, the address of 13 is present in the parent. Next, in the right hand side, 20 is the element, the same 20 address is also present in the root level. Usually this particular way of doing will give the special kind of querying in databases. This kind of querying cannot be possible on normal trees. For example, I want to select an employee having the salary, or I want to list the employees of having salary which are less than greater than 5,000 and less than 10,000. So that means I want to perform a range search. I want to list the number of list of employees are having the salary is greater than 5,000 and less than 10,000. In such a cases, you cannot perform the searching of element in a searching of a particular data item in a particular range. This particular thing is not possible or is a very difficult task in the normal trees. But in case of B tree, if you look at, I want to get an element which are greater than 13 and less than 20. So immediately you go into the middle, then you get this particular element. So this is what the way how these particular B trees are advantages in databases. Okay. Next, we'll move on to the insertion of remaining elements. Insert 30, which is 30 greater than 13 and 20. So whenever 30 is inserted to be inserted, obviously 20, 25, 30, and 40. So whenever we are trying to insert it, obviously the number of elements that to be placed in a node were exceeded. So it has to be split into two, and the first element of the right split must become the root. So 30, 20, 25, 30, 40. So this is the way splitting operation will be done. Now insert 3, 12, and 60. So whenever you insert 3, 12, and 60, 3 is less than 13. 3 is less than 13, so it will go at the left hand side. So 3, 8, 10 will be there. Next 12 to be inserted. 12 is less than 13. 3, 8, 12, 10, and 12. So now what happened? It is exceeding the node limit. So the reason it has to split it into two. So 3, 8 will be at the left hand side, left split, and 10 and 12 will be at the right split. Use the first element of the right split and make it as a parent. So when you make the parent, then it will become like this: 10, 3, 8, 10, and 12. Next, the element to be inserted is 60. 60 is greater than 20 and greater than 30. You move at the right side: 30, 40, and 60. So 60 to be inserted here. Next, insert 1 and 5. 1 will be inserted by comparing with the first element in the left root. 13 is 1 is less than 13. 1 is less than 5. So 1 to be placed here. So 1, 3, 8. Next, insert 5. 1, 3, 5, 8. So then what happens? This 1, 3, 5, 8 exceeds the node limit. Then it has to be split into two: 1, 3 and 5, 8. Okay, 1, 3 and 5, 8. The first element in the right split should be the parent. So whenever it made as a parent, at this level, you will be getting 5. So 5 and 10 can be merged, as like in the first case, how we have merged here. In the same way, we have to merge here. So 5 and 10. So whenever we have 5 and 10, then this 5 and 10 will be having are the elements that are less than 13, and the elements that are less than 5 will be at the left side of this node, and the elements that are between 5 and 10 are here, and the elements that are greater than 10 are at the right hand side of 10. And first element of the right split, the element's address will be there in the parent. At the same time, 5 address is there in the parent and 10 address is also in the parent. Next, insert 4 and 2. So whenever you insert 4 and 2, 4 will be less than 13, less than 5, and it will be placed at the left hand side: 1, 3, 4. Next, 2 to be inserted. 2 is less than 13, 2 is less than 5, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. So whenever this is happened, then what will be happened? The node limit is exceeded. So it has to be split into two: 1, 2, and 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 will become the root, and 5, 10, 5, 8, that is the intermediate elements, and the elements that are greater than 10 are at the right side. So this is the way how the B tree construction will be happened. Now in look at here, every a B tree of order m can have at most m descendants. So m descendants are there. This is the order 3. So 3 descendants are there for every node. Can have at most 3 descendants. So here the root is having 3 descendants, and also the first element, node of the left side is also having 3 descendants. Can have at most 3 descendants. This property is also satisfied in the construction. So this is what the B tree construction. Next we will move on to the next concept. I hope by this time you come to know how the insertion operation takes place. So the disk axis of the B tree is totally depending on the height of the B tree. How much height you will maintain based on that the disk axes that are required for picking up of a record depends. The number of disk axes required for most operations on a B tree is proportional to the height of the B tree. If the height is too long or height is large, then the disk axis is required also large. The theorem is like this: if n is greater than or equal to 1, then for any n key B tree, t of height h and minimum degree t greater than or equal to 2, then the height will be like this. Height of the B tree is calculated like this based upon the number of elements and the order. H is less than or equal to log n plus 1 by 2 to the base t. So the proof is like this: if a B tree has height h, the root contains at least one key, and all other nodes contains at least t minus 1 keys, that is order minus 1 keys. Thus, there are at least 2 nodes at depth 1, at least 2t nodes at depth 2, at least 2t square nodes at depth 3, and so on. So as the depth increases, the number of elements, the number of nodes will be multiplied like this, until at depth h there are at least 2t power h minus 1 nodes. From the following figure, the root you have at the depth 0, the number of nodes are 1. At the root depth 1, the number of nodes are 2. Like that, at depth 2, the number of nodes are 2t square. Like that, the depth increases. So the height of any tree is the maximum depth of any node. So that is the reason we are going to focus on the depth here. So the number n of keys satisfies the inequality. The number of keys n is greater than or equal to 1 plus the root element plus t minus 1 into sigma, that is sum of the number of nodes at every depth level, that is I is equal to 1 to n 2t power I minus 1. So 1 plus 2 into t minus 1, t power h minus 1 by t minus 1. If you solve this equation, you will get 2t power h minus 1. So if you solve for t power h will be less than or equal to, take 1 on the left hand side, n plus 1 by 2. Now on this, apply logarithm on both sides. Log t power h to the base t and log n plus 1 by 2 to the base t. So t at the left hand side, t and t, the base t and the t power h t will be cancelled. So h is less than or equal to log n plus 1 by 2 to the base t. So this is what the height and the number of disk accesses that are required. So if n is greater than or equal to 1, then for any n keys, B tree T of height h and maximum degree T greater than or equal to 2, then height will be like this. Height is less than or equal to log n minus n plus 1, the number of elements, plus 1 by 2 to the base, the order, that is the what the height you will get. So h is less than or equal to log, in our previous case, order is 3. 3 plus 1, 4 by 2, 2, and order is 3. So log 4 to the base 2. Log 3 plus 1, 4 to the 4 by 2 is log 2 to the base 3. So that is what the height. So usually this height will be like this. Height is less than or equal to log n plus 1 by 2 to the base 3. This is what the height of the B tree calculation. Next, we'll move on to the searching of an element in the B tree. Searching of an element in the B tree is simply like our binary search tree searching. Searching a B tree is much like searching a binary search tree, except that instead of making a binary or two-way searching branching, we will go for m-way branching here, because the m is the order of the tree. Based upon the order of the B tree, that many number of branchings will be appeared. Except that instead of making a binary or two-way branching, at each node we make a multi-way branching decision according to the number of nodes children. More precisely, at each node x, we make n of x plus 1 way of branching decisions. Either we do go for left side or in the middle branch or at the right side, just like that. B-tree search takes as input a pointer to the root node x of a subtree and a key k to be searched. That means first the root node address will be supplied, and the key to be searched will also be supplied to the searching function. If k is in the, that is the key element to be searched, is in the B tree, then B tree returns the order pair y comma I. What is this y? Consisting of the node y, and that is which node, that is which subnode in which that key element was found, at which index that particular key element was found. These things will be declared. These things will be returned by the search function. So in which child node, that child node address, and the index of the element where the particular searching element was found. These two will be returned. So such that key I of y is equal to k. Otherwise, the value nil is returned. So nil here means null. That means nothing was found. Pseudocode in a recursive fashion for searching of the B tree is like this. Initially, I is equal to 1, while I is less than or equal to n of k, and k is greater than key I of x. So keep on repeating this while loop. While repeating the while repeating the while loop, if I less than or equal to n of x and key is equal to key I of x, then return the subnode where this particular key was found and the index where this particular key was identified. If it is a leaf node, that is you have gone for directly leaf node and you didn't find anything there, then return nil or null. Else read the child node where you want to search the element. So ci of x, and that particular child node will be again passed to the recursive call of B tree search ci of x, comma the key element that you are going to search. So again the same operation will happen. So in a recursive way, the same operation will happen till you find that if I is less than or equal to n of x and k is equal to key I of x, then the return x comma I will be done. Otherwise, if no key was found till the leaf node, then null value will be returned. So this is the way the search operation will be happened. Now we'll see the complexity of the search operation. The number of disk pages accessed by the B-tree search is theta of h is equal to theta of log n to the base t, where h is the height of the B-tree, n is the number of keys in the B-tree. Since the node x is less than 2t, that is the number of elements in the any child node is less than 2t, the time taken by the while loop of line 2 and 3, this particular line 2 and 3, with each node is order of t. That means you are supposed to search t elements. And the total CPU time is order of th based upon the height, because it is totally depending upon the height of the B tree. The searching will be, you are supposed to go at the every level of the height. Big O of th is equal to big O of t into wherever h is there, that is wherever this h is there, you substitute this log n to the base t log n to the base t. So searching of an element in B tree will be happen like this: big O of t into log n to the base t. This is the search time complexity of B tree. Next, we will move on to the deleting of an element in the B tree. Like in the previous trees, like binary search tree and AVL tree, the deletion operation is require a lot of effort, because we are supposed to look at the which element to be deleted, and then once the imbalancing of the elements at the node level was found, we are supposed to go for merging of the node to the parent node or to the grandparent node. This operation will be done. So especially the merging operations will be done here, and the replacement operations will be done in the deletion of the element from the B tree. So that reason we must be very careful in doing these particular deletion operations. Deleting the element from B tree, using delete key, compare the value in the parent key and find out the location of the data node. So use the search operation and identify in which location this node is available or this element is available. If the deleting key k is not the first element or in the second or third child, then there is no change in the parent after deleting the element. The reason is we are going to maintain the first element of the right child in the parent. So if the first element to be deleted, then many adjustments we are supposed to perform. So that is the reason, if the deleting key is not the first element in the second or third child, then there is no change in the parent after deleting the element. If the deleting key is exactly the first element of the second or third node, then the parent node update its address by the next element of the deleting key in the data node. So whatever the node that we are going to delete, and if you find that the deleting node or deleting element is the first element of the right child, then we need to replace it with the second element and we need to delete that first element, and the second element address must be updated in the parent level also. After deleting, if the number of elements in the data node and its leaf are less than or equal to order n, then we must remove its parent by combining these nodes. That means here merging operation will happen. Because the number of elements in the node is less than order n, then we are supposed to perform the merging operation. If the number of elements are greater than the order n, then we need to perform the split operation. Anyhow, when we are going for deletion, the number of elements will be always maybe less than or equal to order n. So that is the reason we are supposed to perform the merge operation. If there are only two nodes to the parent, or by combining these two nodes, remove the reference to the deleting key in the parent, for example, from the above constructed tree. So recall the above constructed tree. This is the above constructed tree that you might have written on your paper also. From this tree, delete the data value 10, then two nodes 5, 8, 10 and 12 are there. So whenever you delete the data value 10, then obviously the 10's parent, that is its parent 10 should also be deleted and should be replaced with 12. So whenever it is replaced with 12, then 5, 8 and 12, the number of elements in every node are less than or equal to order. So you are supposed to go for performing the merging operation. So merging of the operation, then when you perform the merge, then 5, 8, 10 will be deleted, 12 will be there. And since the 5 is the first element, this 5 should be updated at the parent level. Now delete 4. If 4 is deleted, the number of elements in the leaf and in this only 3, so they should be merged. So for example, here we'll delete 4. So if you delete 4, what happens? 1, 2 and here 3. So what we are supposed to do? The number of elements in the leaf are only 1. So that is the reason you merge with the right side value. So whenever you merge it, 1, 2, 3 must be there. So after merging, you will get 1, 2, 3 and here 5, 8, 12. Since the first element of the right hand side value should be the parent, so 5 will be in the parent. So the elements that are less than 5 are 1, 2, 3 that are merged here and 5, 8, 12 are there at the right side. So they should be merged. After merging these, the parent node consists only one data node. So by removing the parent node, add the data to its grandparent. So that is the reason after merging this, you attach to its grandparent, that is to the 5. Now delete the data value 30. So search for 30. 30 is greater than 20. 30 here. So and also 30 is available here. So whenever it is the first element in the second data node, so it is the first element. So that is the reason what you are supposed to do, delete it and it should be replaced with the second element, that is 40 should be placed here. So remove the address 30 from the parent node and update it by address of the next element, that is 40. So that is the reason 30 will be removed and 40 is the address that should be placed here and its 40 should be the should be the address should be placed in the its parent. So instead of 30 here, you should replace it with the 40. So these are the merging operations that you are supposed to perform if at the time of deletion. These are the first three conditions that you must remember while performing the deletion operation. Always the number of elements must be equal to n. If there are less than or equal to n, then merging will be done. And while doing this merging, if there exists a possibility of attaching to its grandparent, like the case this particular case, then these things should be attached to the grandparent, and thereby the height of the B tree will be balanced. Whenever the height of the tree is balanced, then you will get the lowest searching time in searching the elements. So in this lecture, we have seen the description of the insertion of the elements into the B tree, searching of an element into the B tree, and also deletion of an element from B tree. In addition to this, we also seen the concept of height, how the height will impact the search operation or the number of disk accesses required for obtaining the record from the B tree. This is what the description and theoretical concept of the insertion, searching and deletion operation. I will post a video of constructing of a B tree afterwards. So this is the end of the lecture.